Yes. So our next topic is here ACL. Before that ACL, we'll discuss something in general thing. So here we have a router, and at another location we have a another router, and these routers are connected to some code switch is connected to some access switches you can assume, and these access switches having different VLANs, different departments. Okay, and so different departments you can assume they are connected likewise. So these are connected to not directly, they are connected to ISP. ISP is connected to reach to one location to other location, and this is a branch one and branch two. You can assume different locations. Now see here, it's a ISP, and these are the access switches again. This is the access switches, and this is a core switch, and this one is a core. Two-tier architecture, you can assume this is a two-tier architecture, and this is the access switches. So here this is a different branch you can assume, and this one is a branch, different branch having the multiple users. These are the users, and these are the users. We have a different users, and you can assume this is a at one branch, and this is the another location. You can assume this is the our data center. So this in this data center, we have the in access layer, this access layer connected to servers. In data center, mostly what will happen, they are only for the servers only. And servers, in the servers, our valuable information is available. It's our enterprise network. In this enterprise network, at a data center is different location, our branch is different location. So this branch wants to communicate the data center, that in this data center only we have an entire information. In this data center only we have the entire information. In this data center we have a servers. In the servers, our business information is available, entire business information. It's kind of big size of organization, whichever we are in real time Wipro, like IBM and Oracle. This kind of big organization, they have the multiple branches, and apart from that multiple branches, they have their own data center. In the own data center, they will maintain their servers. In the servers, they will use the valuable information. You can assume like it's kind of ICICI Bank, or it's a bank server. In this bank server, it's a bank branch. This is a bank. You can assume any bank, ICICI or Axis Bank. They have their own data center. In that, they have their bank applications. They're using its encrypted data or security data. Secure data means the clients having their account details, everything in bank data center only. In that bank data center, they have servers. You can think might be any scenario. So here, what happened if this branch wants to communicate that data center? So if we are not using any firewall in between branch to server, if we are not using any firewalls, so can I assume the hacker will man in middle attack, it will be happen because the public IP addresses. This is a customer edge means definitely they'll use without public IP address, they cannot communicate. The public IP addresses, one can access those details. So with the help of he can access if firewall is not in between. So he can access. So we can deny the entire services with the help of firewall. So if firewall is not only the firewall denying the middle man in middle attacks, they will if any kind of attacks, it will be deny those kind of services. We have the firewall, it's applicable for L2 and L3 and L4, and even though L7 also, whichever the applications are coming, the content services, we can deny and we can filter and entire thing with the help of firewall. We can even though we can monitor also in this firewall, we have the option like monitoring the user information also. Entire thing we can do with the help of firewall. In this firewall, if firewall is configured, the definitely the firewalls are happen. Now it's kind of L2, L3, L4, L7 also. With the help of firewall, we can deny or permit the services. Now move to the it's a firewall about what we discussed till it's kind of firewall services. We can monitor the services. We can whichever the user is using services, we can monitor. We can filter the traffic. We can create the policies and whichever we require. This is all about the firewall. Now, if firewall is not there, if firewall is not there, then man in middle can attack the our data center. He can access user information, and he will utilize to us whichever he will ask money something. So he will crash the servers also. This kind of thing will, with the help of firewall, will deny the services. Now move to the ACL. What about the ACL? I hope everyone got it. The firewall, the reason behind. Yes or no? Yes, I am audible.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now move to
So
the ACL.
I have one note like, so you are indirectly saying that there is no, I mean the VLANs are isolated.
Yes, VLANs are isolated.
Even though they are connected to different VLANs, still they are isolated and there is no proper routing of the traffic. I mean, we don't have any access or control over the traffic.
Yes. We cannot control the VLAN traffic. It means you can control the traffic. You can, in this firewall case you are asking about, if you want to deny or permit at L2 level.
Like we don't have proper control, like continuous control over the routing the traffic.
Which kind of control you want?
Like I'm just asking, like, is there is any control, like continuous control between the traffic, like the traffic flow continuously from one router to another router, or like we can control them?
Yeah, whichever in requirement basis you can control. By default, the VLANs are isolated. If you want to communicate two different VLAN, we have the inter-VLAN routing concept. We can controlling the VLAN information on that scenario. But if you want to see here, the in this access layer, we have the VLAN 10. And in this access layer, you are using the VLAN 20 access switch, and in this access switch you are using the different branch, different department, that is VLAN 30. So it's kind of L2 traffic. It's a L2 traffic. VLAN, it means L2 protocol. Here you can By default, they are isolated. If you want to control them, whichever the requirement basis, yes, you can control them. By default, they are isolated. And
I mean, I'm
if you
asking
want
like
to monitor,
we can control them continuously because we have security risk, right? Like for the data, even the data access center. So my doubt is like, can we control it continuously or no? Or
yes, we
just
can
there is
control
only
him. Yes, yeah, network engineer job that only. He is a controlling the firewall. See, in this firewall, what you will do? We have the whichever this here VLAN, we in this VLAN 10 one user is there. Yeah, the PC 10, the username is PC 10. What he's doing in this VLAN, we can monitor entire what he's using the applications, which kind of application. If bank application, he's which kind of application is using, means he's accessing the user information. For example, now move to the any a different branch. The branch is using his, this is a now in this case not a bank website, some other website. You can assume he's having the at Facebook server. He's using continuously Facebook. Yes, those things we can control them, we can control him. He cannot access that service particular user, this PC10 continuously in business hours. He's using the Facebook service, so we can deny the Facebook service for particular user with the help of firewall. Yes, we can control the traffic. I hope you got it. It is you are asking about. Preetham?
yes,
Yes, we
yes.
can control. Yes, we can control. If it's continuously used, you watching the YouTube in business hours. So PC 11 is a user is there, our user, our employee, he's continuously watching the YouTube at business hours. So we might be know he's using the YouTube. So we plan to deny him to that YouTube service. Yes, we can deny for particular user, deny that service.
So I have one question. Like, for
Okay.
example, you let us consider you are in some like you are in training department. So you are at VLAN 10,
Yes.
and you need to access the database which is hosted in the students department, which is in VLAN 30.
Okay.
So my question here is the router without firewall, this router will communicate, right?
Yes. Yes,
So
we can
there is
communicate.
so by default it gonna communicate, right? Like
Yeah, by default it will be
yes,
communicate. By
that's
default,
what
when it's inter-VLAN routing, with the help of inter-VLAN routing, yes, I can communicate. Yeah, I'm using the PC12, and it's kind of training department, and this is a student department. Yes,
yeah.
by default with the
So
help of inter-VLAN. Okay.
so simply if there is no firewall, there is no forceful there is no requirement of the any forceful commands
Yes.
to control the traffic. Simply.
Yes. It's in LAN. It's kind of LAN service. It's
Okay.
your LAN. You can access, you can entire thing. When you are reaching to WAN, that time we need a firewall. This is a WAN. That is the reason where I mentioned firewall at WAN location. Understood? At LAN location, by default, they communicate. If you want to apply any restrictions, yes, you can apply. If you want to apply any restrictions, yes, you can apply with the help of firewalls. Even though not if you are not using at LAN location, that is the reason we have the ACLs. That is what my planning to explain next thing. Okay. At WAN location, we have the firewalls. And what about the LAN locations? Yes, we have the firewalls. With the help of firewalls, by default, this VLAN 10 and VLAN 2030, we have the multiple users. In this multiple users, this PC 10 and we have the it VLAN 20, we have another PC, like PC 330, 30 or 32, VLAN 30 having the PC 30. In this particular PC, and you can assume we have the one server. You can assume this controller having the one server or PC. We can, he wants to talk to him, yes, we can apply the permit service. If he don't want, then particular for user to user, we can deny also. Deny. If he want to allow for communicate in between PC 11 to PC 30, the PC 30 is available in VLAN 30 and PC 11 is available in VLAN 10. So if we want to communicate together, yes, we can allow the service. If I don't want, then I will deny the service. It's actually access control list is access control list is it's a layer 3 service, L3 service, and L3 security. It's a L3 security. It's a L3 security. Access control list is L3 security. Now coming to the firewall, we can apply the policies, we can create the rules at L2 level, L3 level, L4 level, and even though L7 layer, L7 also, layer 7 also, and we can monitor entire thing. That is for firewall thing. And now move to the ACL. It's kind of L3 security. You can say like it's a firewall only. Where we are configuring this for ACLs at only in router devices, in routers, L3 devices. We are applying the services. We are creating the rules at where in routers. Understood everyone? Because it's an important topic, because we should have to know what we are doing, what we are applying, how we are creating the policies, and what is the requirement of ACLs. Even with the help of ACL, actually, ACL will create, and it's kind of sequence numbers. We create like sequence numbers, not only for traffic purpose. We'll use at NAT service, network address translation, and quality of service, QoS, quality of service. It's kind of service whichever the traffic is moving, Facebook and application services, we'll discuss later on. But and entire thing will create the ACLs, and whichever we are creating the ACLs will apply that ACL at NAT, QoS, and apart from the different services we have. And these are the service based, not only for denying and permit the traffic, will apply for other services also for ACLs. That is the reason ACL is the important thing. Got it? The reason and what will we are doing with ACLs. If ACL is not there, what is the happen? If ACL is not there, entire traffic will be, we cannot deny, we cannot allow, we cannot create the rules. We cannot create the rules. The traffic by default, how it is happen, that will be used likewise if ACL not there. With the help of ACLs, we are allowing service and allow the service and deny the service. Deny the service. So now move forward. What we discussed till. It is also called as packet filter protocol. We call it as a ACL nothing but packet filter protocol. It is a layer 3 security which control the flow of traffic from one router to another router. Basically, we'll create the rules at layer 3 devices, that is routers. And it is a layer 3 security which control the flow of traffic. Will control the flow of traffic. The flow, it means PC11 wants to communicate PC30. Yes, we can communicate. The traffic flow is here, permit the information, and if we want to deny, yes, we can deny with the help of ACLs. It is a set of rules which is used to allow or deny specific traffic moving through the routers. Yes. Got these points? Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And here we have two types of ACL basically. Here we have two types of ACL. One is standard and another one is extended ACL. Standard ACL and extended ACL. Two types of ACLs we have here. Standard and extended ACLs. Then what about standard ACL? We'll differentiate in between standard and extended. First one is standard ACL. It can be both named or and mainly will create ACL name based and number based. The number from in between 1 to 99. 1 to 99, it means it's standard ACL. It is a standard ACL. In between the number, if you are seeing here, in between 1 to 99, that is standard ACL. We can deny or allow a network, host, and subnet also. In this case, we can deny or we can allow the host level and subnet level. And filter is done on the basis of the source IP address. And here we'll do the filter based on the source IP address. Now move to the extended ACL. Then you will both, if it can both named and it is also named wise and ACL number wise we can configure it. And from the 100 to 199 we can create it, and we can deny or allow network, and we can deny our entire network, we can deny, and host also, particular host, and subnet and services. What does it mean? Services means FTP, HTTPS, HTTP, and DHCP. Apart from the DHCP, DNS, Telnet, and SSH. Entire services with the help of based on the port number, we can deny or we can permit the services. We can deny and we can permit those services in this extended ACL. That is not possible in standard ACL. It's a basic level of standard ACL, and extended is the advanced level. And filter will be done on the basis of source IP address and destination IP address and protocol numbers and port numbers. But here source IP address only. We can filter the traffic at source level only. What does that mean? We'll move to the our previous scenario. Wait, will take here. One router is there, and we have another router, another branch. In between, the connection will be happen, and they are directly connected, and we have the multiple users. Now here we have the user like one subnet 192.168.10.10, and here we have the user 192.168.20.10.20, and we have the user like 192.168.20.10 we have, and another user 192.168.20.20. So here what we'll do at source level, will apply at whichever the source is there up to that level. If entire network we can deny or we can permit here, where we are creating nearest to the source IP address, nearest to the source IP address. But now extended ACL, here source IP address, and will create from policy, he wants to communicate to him, yes or no. The users wants to communicate, yes, we can permit the service. This users wants to deny the service, yes, we can create the policy based on likewise. And here in this source level only we will do this thing, and in extended level, here we have the server again, one more server we have. In this we are using HTTP server. HTTP uses the port number 80, and HTTPS 443. With this port based, we can filter the traffic. This user can communicate HTTP. This user can't communicate HTTP and HTTPS. Yes, we can deny and we can permit the traffic. Likewise, port basis and service basis. The service basis means TCP and UDP. Port basis also. We can create the policies. Protocol basis. It will be applied wherever. Destination level also. This is a, you can assume this user is a source and this one is the destination. If you are applying the standard ACL, is will apply at source level only. Now move to the extended level. Yes, we can apply from this router also. Yes, we can apply from this router also. Our wish. It's based on the source IP address, based on the destination IP address. Got it?
Yes.
Fine. Thank you for
Yes.
confirmation. Give me a second.
Hello. Alim, are you saying
You have
anything?
muted by yourself, Alim.
Arey, sorry, yaar. Sorry, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for confirmation. So we have a access list rules we have. So it will be work based on the, we have the like PC1 and PC2 and PC3 and PC4. Here we have services, so sequences when we are creating ACLs. So first preferable is just give the deny services. First deny service, give whichever we require deny service. After then give the permitter. Otherwise, if you deny this service, after then you are not applied permit service, then entire the traffic, whichever the traffic is moving from this location, whichever wherever you are applied the PC ACLs, the router deny entire thing. The first rule will be likewise, and second rule will be apply the permit. After then give the permit option. There should be at least one permit statement. Yes, we need a permit statement at last one. Whichever deny, yes, this wants to deny for this him, and PC2 wants to deny, yes, this is the first rule, and this is the second rule. And we have a again one more user. He wants to communicate both these PCs. If you are not giving the permit statement, he cannot communicate. So we have a rule by rules. An implicit deny block all traffic by default when there is no match. So that is the reason I am telling implicit deny. If you are not giving the permit statement at end, then that is implicit deny. Block all the traffic by default. can have one access list per interface per direction. We have a per direction. At one direction, one access list. We should have to give whichever the in direction and whichever the out direction. Whichever the in from whichever the from coming to the out direction, the traffic entering, it's in, and it is moving out. This is now this PC is wants to communicate this PC. So this is PC3 and this is a PC1. That time his is a source and this one is a destination. So this traffic we call it as a outside direction. And this PC wants to communicate other PCs. The traffic is moving from in to out. That is, it will be out direction. The traffic is entering. That time this is a source direction, that is in direction. From moving out, that is out direction. In and out direction, those will be happen. We should have to apply those things. Anytime a new entry is added to the access list, anytime if you are adding any new entry, it will be placed at the bottom of the list. It will be bottom of the list. Using a text edit for the access list is highly suggested. So by default, it will use sequential order 10, 20, 30, 40. It's kind of deny service. It's kind of deny service. After then deny service, last one is permit service. Again, you are adding the deny service. It will be moved to the 50 sequence number. It will be deny. So here permit will be happen. So some cases we cannot edit the things. We cannot edit those things. So that is requirement basis. We should have to add on that. We cannot edit once you created one group ACL. One ACL 10 is you have created. This is ACL group and this is the sequence numbers. Sequential number is different and ACL group number is different. By default, they will be automatically they will created themselves. And in between we cannot edit it. In named ACL we have, and we have the number ACL. Some cases in number ACLs we can edit it, but in named ACLs no, we cannot edit also. Edit option is not there in named ACLs, but in number ACL we have. But in real time, most organization will use name ACLs only because PC1 is deny the service, PC2. Likewise, we are creating one name. If you are creating one group, 10 means we cannot understand those things. But in named wise, whichever the name you require, you can create that thing. Most organizations will use named only. In this named ACLs, we cannot edit option. If you want to edit, then start from basic. Remove that ACL, then create one new ACL and apply that ACLs. Because here it will be by default, it will be moved to the sequential order 10, 11, 12. I'll show you in the lab. I'll show you in the practical those things, how it will be. You cannot remove one line from an ACL. Yes, we cannot remove it one line. If I don't want this line, I cannot remove it in between. Yes, if I want to remove, then I should have to remove the entire group. Remove this entire group. I cannot remove in between one sequential order. Any doubts till up to here?
Sir, we only use this ACL in routers, sir. Like only routers can
Yes.
enable this. Okay.
Yes, in routers only.
Okay.
The ACL topic is not only for CCNA level. It's CCNA level. It's very basic. In this ACLs, you will create this ACL. You can apply this ACL at NAT side, NAT, and quality of service, and at BGP also. Even though BGP also, if you want to manipulate the traffic, yes, we can apply with the help of ACL also.
Okay.
Guys, you any questions? Apart from that, anything else? And to write ACL statement, we have to use like whenever you are creating standard ACL. So this is the way should we have will create the ACLs. Creating of standard ACLs. First, we'll move to the router and we'll create one ACL list access control number, that is it's a group number. This is a group number, whichever you need from. If you are using standard means 1 to 99 in between you can create. If after then 100, if you are moving, it's extended ACL. If the router will understand that is the extended ACL. Once you give the group number is 100, after then 110 or 120, whichever, and will here permit or deny service. After then we'll give to the source IP address, then wildcard mask will create likewise. This is the syntax of the method syntax. And to write ACL statement, one which router to implement ACL. Which router we have to implement ACL at R1 or R2 or R3 that is nearest to the source. First, we have to identify which source and which destination from where the traffic is coming. This is source, and where the traffic is moving. First, we should have to know our source and destination. We have to know our source and our destination. What is the requirement of that ACL? Why we are creating? So based on that, we should have to first verify it and will apply in or out direction. Out or in direction. That is based on the requirement. Will apply that ACL. If you are applying that is coming from the outside, this is the source and this is the destination. You are applying here. If you are in instead of out, it won't work. If you are applying in right ways in source, instead of in, you are applying the outside, it won't work. It will be not work. So based on that, you should have to apply and ensure that the router you are implementing ACL must be the transit router. Whichever you are applying the ACLs, that is, you should have to know which policy, which ACL, which that is source or destination, whichever you are applying, that is you have to know. Think your router is destination. So think this is the destination. If you are applying here, so for that time you are applying outside direction because it's a destination. This is a source. When you are applying for this interface, so that is outside direction because source is always in and our destination is always out. We should have to know those things. Whenever you are doing the labs, that time you will easy to understand. Don't confuse it now. And we'll move forward before the ACLs, and one small topic will let finish it. Then we'll do the lab. This is the ACL topic is done. We'll do the lab. And any doubts in the ACL? Any queries in ACL?
No.
Fine. Now,
So I have one thing.
yes, yes,
So
ask me.
the one which we discussed, the implicit deny, right? So for that, generally implicit deny is nothing but giving the permit at the end of uh, the list which we are giving, right?
Is applying the permit session or
At,
permit option. Yes,
at the end, right?
at the end. Yes.
Uh,
If you are not applying permit option at the end, it will be implicit deny. Implicit deny means all the traffic, whichever originating, whichever the coming from other sources also. If you have other source also, it will be deny the traffic by default. That is, we call it as a implicit deny. It will be deny. We are that is implicit deny. Yes. Ask me. Akhil or who is asking this question?
yes, that's it. Like
Ask Pratik.
it means only at the end or at the initial. That's the only thing.
Yes, yes. We at the end we have to give the we have to use permit option, permit any. After then we have to give this command permit any. This is the end of the sequential order. End of the sequential order.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Just give me half an hour. We'll connect it back. I do have some urgent ticket. Okay.